Madurai is a city located on the banks of the Vaigai River. It's the third most populous and probably the oldest city in Tamil Nadu. And this is the last stop for this trip. I'm with 80 others on an extremely vitalizing journey organized by the Isha Sacred Walks. So far, we have covered Thiruvannaikkavu, Tiruchirappalli, Tanjavur, and Rameshwaram. And the whole experience has been top notch, be it the places, the scheduling, the classy facilities, or the delicious food. All to the T and close to perfect. Do check out my previous episodes in this series. This is another beautiful hotel in Madurai. Tomorrow morning is going to be pretty early. Looks like an early night tonight, hopefully. I'm running a slight headache as well. And I think I'm going the wrong direction. I am. And tomorrow, we get to visit the much awaited Madurai Meenakshi Amman Temple. Good morning. Guess what the time is? It's 4:30 in the morning. So all set. Gonna go to the Meenakshi temple now. We've been asked not to take any of the gadgets. So bye. I'll come back and let you guys know how it all went. This historic temple, which is said to date as far back as the 4th century, is at the center of this ancient temple city of Madurai. Its architecture and craftsmanship is spellbinding. Every bit has its own story and oozes excellence. One can only marvel at the artistry and skill, whether it be the breathtaking corridors, or the magnificent Ayiramkal Mandapam, that is a 1,000-pillared hall, or the Ponthamare Kulam, the golden lotus pond surrounded by walls decorated by murals, or the intricately carved gopurams, 14 of them with the tallest at 52 meters, filled with figures of celestial beings, monster masks, animal mounds and whatnot. Once you come to terms with your awe for the place, you're immediately hit by the intensity of the energy here. Darshan got over, had a wonderful darshan, both at the Amman Temple and at the Shiv Temple. It took a very, very long time because there was a lot of queue and because we were going in a huge group. And not surprisingly, the Meenakshi Amman Temple ended up becoming the highlight for a lot of us in this trip.
To say highlight, I would have to say the strongest was the last one we did. Never.
Oh, the Madurai?
Yes.
Okay, that's the Meenakshi Temple.
Yes, that was no words. It's definitely something to experience.
I feel the presence more in the Meenakshi temple. Before entering the temple, I felt that energy coming out from the that's going bursting out,
Wow.
and it was going out of my control when I went to the temple.
Okay.
So I felt most powerful.
Today's temple. Madurai.
Today's
The best one was today's Meenakshi Temple because the energy was so reverberating and it just came like a blast and it just filled it.
Number one, Madurai Meenakshi Temple.
For me, it is Meenakshi Temple.
Madurai Meenakshi. Why? Because it's one of the Ashtadashi Peethas. And I happened to visit on my own 5 years back. But when I'm visiting now again, I was really enjoying it. Okay, Mataji called me again to see it, right? It's not that we who would like to visit, it's they who want to see us.
I think the last one was very nice, very powerful and energetic, and I enjoyed it a lot.
I think Meenakshi Temple because very beautiful. We had a great guide who told us about being overseas.
Yeah.
We really needed that extra context to appreciate
Right.
the beauty of the temple and the structure more.
I like the Meenakshi temple because when I entered into the temple, I felt like some reverberating happened.
Right.
So even in the meditation, when I sat there, I felt some energy over there. So yeah, it was a nice experience for me.
A beauty temple-wise, I thought Meenakshi Temple.
Meenakshi.
My favorite temple was the last one, was today. Another one, I feel something amazing inside, even if we're not allowed to go.
You're not allowed to go in.
I sit in meditation and just 1 hour, I don't know, like experience something like very, very powerful. It was super amazing. I even crying. Yeah, it was amazing.
There was a little bit of confusion and the non-Indians were not allowed to go in, which was pretty sad, but because these are all people who are devotees of Shiva and have been kind of looking forward. They actually got up at 3:45, showered and came with us with the hope of, worshipping the mother. But what to do? These are still rules that are prevalent in the temple. So
Unfortunately, they couldn't make it.
I got caught up in some melodrama, but it was a good lesson for me and for everybody. I think that we need to practice tolerance and move ahead to unity.
I can understand the basis of it, the history. But I also wish, people could forgive and this knowledge could have been accessible to everybody, like Sadhguru wants. Because that's important. I think if it's shared with everybody, everybody will benefit.
It's just another event, it's okay. Upside of the negative experience that I was really touched by all the Hindus, their kindness. Thank you.
Though disappointed, my tour mates took it sportingly and used the opportunity to learn more about the temple history. The legend here goes that the Pandya king Malayadhwaja and his wife didn't have children and they prayed to Shiva for one. They were blessed with a daughter and were directed to raise her as the heir of the land. Lord Shiva, in his form as Sundareshwar, marries Meenakshi when she becomes an adult, and this temple is a symbol of this divine matrimony. Meenakshi Amman is also one of the 52 Shaktipeeth temples. It is believed that Devi's navel fell here when she jumped into the fire in her incarnation as Sati Devi. Back at the hotel, it's hitting everyone that it's slowly approaching the time to start saying goodbyes.
Breakfast time, and this is what I'm having. There's quite a lot of stuff over here. Not feeling too great because we are dispersing today.
A handful of days, but bonds and experiences for a lifetime. The concluding ceremony was special and emotional, with a few eloquently describing on behalf of everyone how rich and transformative these few days have been.
The tour is over. We just finished the last session. I'm staying back in Madurai to wait for my train. A lot of them leading back to Coimbatore. So it has been one hell of a few days, and I'm going to miss everyone.
We still had time, so I got to continue my conversations with my fellow travelers and know more of their experiences.
And I liked the temple where we went all down a little cave. That was also very impressive, highly energetic.
It's the fire temple.
It requires a little madness to think about building such incredible structures and to put generations of people's effort and time.
Another powerful space was simplification. Yeah, it was spiking up.
The 22 wells Rameshwaram temple, the pouring of the water, I was feeling just like that. I felt like I wanted to be a lakri ka fakir. It means the fakir who has nothing, which only one stick. That's ultimate freedom.
The meditation, particularly at the Patanjali Mandir temple.
It was a Tanjore temple, and one person was pointing out that there's a hole in the structure. There are minute miniature carvings, so there's a hole you can put a stick in, and it takes 6 hours to make one hole in granite. And he's like, my Western brain just doesn't understand like why. And I was thinking, this was their meditation, right? This is how they meditated. This is dhyana, when you are so focused on just tiny little details and you just flow into it. So looking at their meditations just inspired me.
What I realized was that all the other trips that I had been on, after the second or third day, things start to degenerate. Group A will go to place A, then Group B will go to place B. They'll come back exhausted at the end of the day. There's not much interaction and everybody sort of, drifts at the end of the trip. But this was very different because the whole group was together. There was a lot of intensity. There was not even an iota of degeneration in my mind. We were always engaged, not only with one another, but with processes. And the level of engagement with the place that we went to was much, much deeper than what I had actually felt. We were together, we did things together. The experience was very different.
This trip was honestly a dream come true for
I think for a lot of us.
And I think we go back as changed people.
We love the trip. We don't want to go back. Can we stay longer?
We wish we could, but off we must go, though richer and more grounded.
It's bye-bye to the last room in this series of rooms that I checked into in this past few days. All the places that we went to and the temples that I had the fortune to visit had such powerful energies, it was beyond my imagination about the kind of power that they could emanate. And I feel blessed to have been able to experience it together in one go, to be very honest. Checked out. Now the train is only in the evening, so I've got to wait a bit. Came to the railway station. I see an elevator, which is good. So no carrying the suitcase. My coach is on the other side. Thankfully, it's all very clearly marked.
I finally settle in, and as I watch these salaried employees of Indian Railways diligently executing their duties, my heart is filled with gratitude for the volunteers of Isha who tirelessly worked behind the scenes and with us on the trip to make it so memorable.
Planning was very meticulous. Quite a miracle actually pulling such a thing off. All the finer details had been planned very well in advance. This was very evident. Otherwise, any last minute planning will always fall apart. But there was no sign of this. Everything was thought through meticulously. We were bound together by all the general guidelines. Wake up at 3 o'clock, wake up at 5 o'clock, do this, that. All the WhatsApp reminders were very timely sent. Everybody knew what was happening. A lot of clarity. Never felt that you were actually traveling.
You woke up before us, you slept after us, and you went non-stop. There are 80 others joining me in thanking you for making this journey worth cherishing a lifetime.
That's it. Goodbye for the moment, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.